You are having trouble with Pixlr editor, and I'm going to walk through the process and see what is up with that. I'm going to create a new image, and I think we decided that maybe 1024 by 768 might be good, or maybe let's do a leaderboard. Okay, so here's our leaderboard, and over here we've got our layers, and we want to bring in some images. Open image. And on my desktop, I'm going to look for some images. I've got Firewatch, and I'm going to open that. And here it is. It opened in a new window. So if I want to copy and paste that into the leaderboard, I'm going to go Control A, select all, Control C to copy, Command if you're on a PC, and then paste over here. And now I've pasted it, and it's way bigger than I want it to be, so I'm going to use that move tool and free transform. So yeah, I can see the bounding box of my free transform is really huge. So the resolution of this Firewatch image is very big, and if I want to scoot it, I have to kind of push and move that bounding box around until I can see part of the image, and that's better. So if you've got your image that's at a higher resolution than the size and resolution that you've set for your picture that you're working in, you're going to have to move things around a little bit to see it. So now it's in there, and it's called layer 3, and every time I want to bring a new image in, I'm going to have to kind of open it. I'm going to go open image URL and go to a particular site if I want to. I can do a search for stars PNG and images for stars PNG. And I can copy this image URL, copy, and I can go back in here and I can go File, Open Image URL, and paste. And it opened that image in a new window, and that's a PNG, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come back to my Firewatch picture and paste layer 5, which is my stars, and I've got layer 4, which is that duplicate of my Firewatch picture, and I want to just delete that out. Layer 5, I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to delete that out. No, layer 5 is my stars. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. And now I've got layers that I can work with. If I want to do text, hopefully if I do text, it makes a new text layer, and I'm going to type, just make that bigger. There, now I can see my layers. So this layer I want to be on top of the text. So now I've moved my stars up above the word hooray, and if I move it, I can cover up a little bit of the text. That way I know I'm on top. If I don't like it, I can move the layer back in the stack. We brought in a JPEG, we've brought in a PNG. Let's see if we can bring in a GIF. Giphy and find one for sure. So let's go to this one. Let's copy the link. This is the link to the GIF, copy. And now if I go back here and go File, Open Image URL, paste. Let's see, so I opened it, and here it is, and it's a GIF doll, and copy. And paste it in here. We can see that its bounding box is also huge, and it needs to be shrunken. Edit, free transform, there we go. Now I can get my little dog and put here. And in this instance, I also want to apply the changes. Yes, so I've got a GIF, I've got a PNG, I've got a JPEG all in here. And the only thing is they're going to come in their own resolution, but then you should be good to go. If I want to get rid of that green so that that's transparent, I can just use the magic wand, select it, hit delete, and now I'm just selecting all the green out of that picture. And now if you want to save it, you'll just go File, Save, and it's going to want to ask us if we want to save it as a TIFF or a JPEG and download it. You want to save it as a TIFF if you want to save the layers, or a layered Pixlr file, you can save it as a PXD file. So let's try that. And tell it OK. And it's going to want us to download it. Hit Save. And while I'm here, I'm going to also save a copy of it as a JPEG. Okay, and that's going to be my banner. So one problem that you might have when you're bringing in images into layers in Pixlr is just that you have to open them as individual files and then copy and paste into the Pixlr file that you want to keep them in.